Okay, so it is wash day, and I promised that I was going to do this video again because the last time I had some bad audio, and so I feel like I gotta like keep it pushing and make sure that I keep on trend with the trends and also with the conversations that we were supposed to have when we started this week. And I know I moved on to other things, but I just want to quickly interject this conversation. So here I am without any makeup, with like a week old hair that's greasy and nasty. And I just threw some earrings in for you guys. So you're welcome. All right. Let's get into this conversation because it is extremely important. And I feel like I have put it off because I really wanted to do it a particular way and it just wasn't happening. And then anyways, the trad wife situation. All right. Um, I cannot believe, let's just start there. I find it very, very difficult to believe that, um, this is an issue for people. All right. Now, I've recently came upon some videos from some people, and I'm going to do a comment section on this. So bear with me because this is just my aside comments before I get into the official video later on in the month, about how I feel about trad wives and modern dating and modern women and all of that stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to like make my hair look cute, but it looks so disgusting. Um, and so yeah, apparently there was this woman from this place called Ballerina Farm who had posted her eighth childbirth and how she had gone up for Mrs. USA or something. I think it's Mrs. America after having her eighth child. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt some kind of way because she looked frigging amazing. Um, she looked amazing. She looked great. And I think that, do you know how some people have like these videos that they watch that are like super calming and reassuring and just really like satisfying to watch? Don't judge me, no homo, but it's very satisfying and calming for me to listen to her talk and to watch her with her eight children because she's just so unbothered by them jumping around and just being kids. And I tend to want to be that person sometimes, but sometimes I'm just like, ooh, baby Jesus, y'all just need to go away and give mommy 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Can I just be alone in the bathroom? You know, do we always have to be together? Do we sleep, eat, and do everything together? I just need 5 seconds. And she seems completely unbothered by her children being around her, crawling all over her when she's trying to shoot and do audio and videotape and all that stuff. They're just a part of her life. And I felt some kind of way because I just kept on thinking to myself, how does she do it? Like, how does she do it? And so the reason I found this woman was because people were, brace yourself for this, hating on her because she has eight children and she is doing the most and she's, you know, literally doing the most in every sense of the word. She's doing Mrs. America, she's running a farm, and she is raising her children and she's being fit and she's eating healthy and she's just an advocate for bio eating, organic eating, sorry, German came out of me. And just all of these things, she's the model. She's what a lot of people would consider the model American citizen in the bigger sense of the word. Now, don't come for me because this is just what I have been reviewing. And like I said, the comment section is going to get more into detail about some of the comments that were being shared on her social media platform and in other social media platforms because she's not the only trad wife that people are hating on, but hers was the most profound for me because she's not just a trad wife who's taking care of her husband, but taking care of her husband's business, herself, and her children. And it just seemed like a lot and very overwhelming for women, understandably so, but also very filled with a lot of envy and jealousy, in my opinion. And at least I can say and admit here publicly that I was a little jealous and envious that I didn't have that snapback the second time after only having child number two, while meanwhile she's on child number eight and it's just like, yeah, it ain't nothing but a thing and going off and winning pageants and shit. So I did feel some kind of way. And I really feel like we as women need to start to own um our own inabilities and just be okay with not being able to be the model citizen all the time. I don't think that she makes her videos in any way, shape, or form to discourage or make us feel bad about ourselves, but to really inspire women as to what is possible and versus what is probable, and really start small with doing things that are going to help us be more happier, healthy women. Now, this is when this became something political. You guys, if you haven't checked out any of my other videos about this topic, especially when it comes to traditional living and traditional life, slow life, please go ahead and do so. I'll probably link them in the description or link them here or there. Um, at the end of the video, but I just feel like it is such a phenomenon that this is even something that we are going to discuss now. She's not actually forcing anyone to take on the responsibility of having a wife, having a husband, or having children. She's just living her life and showing women who may be reserved about whether or not it is acceptable to do this to do it, because it has become so nuanced and so culturally unacceptable to do what we have always done that we don't have an actual space to actually do the normal thing, quote unquote, but only to do the exceptional thing, which is to go out and be the boss bae and to be hot girl summer and to, just enjoy your life and live your truth and discover who you really are. Maybe, some of us want to discover who we are as mothers, and we don't feel comfortable in today's society because there is so much of that kind of thinking that it is so oppressive for a woman to want to stay home and have children and love her husband and cook and bake and make cheese from scratch and peanut butter sandwiches from scratch. I think that the reason why we had the women's movement is so that women can have the freedom to do whatever she wants. If she had had 8 abortions, she would be considered more accepting and more acceptable than having 8 children. That's her prerogative and her choice. It is still freedom of choice, I hope. And because she chooses the root of motherhood does not make her any less deserving of those choices than those who choose otherwise. Well, this is called freedom, and she is free to do whatever she wants, just as you are free to turn off the video if you find this information and this kind of inspiration triggering for you. I feel like people are just way too much in their feelings because they are approaching motherhood from the perspective of something that is oppressive and something that is wrong and bad, and trad living or trad wife living as something that women are being forced to. This woman is not being forced. This woman has her stuff together, and she's also not lying about the amount of help that she gets with her children and her business. I think she's one of the most transparent social influencers when it comes to discussing more conservative style of living than others that I've seen on these platforms. And so I'm not really convinced at this point that she is hiding anything about her personality or her lifestyle. And it really sheds more and more light of how the moral decay of humanity has really left us in a very deeply pain-ridden space as women specifically, that we don't even understand and can identify natural happiness and natural ways of womanhood when we see it. It's very saddening to me because even though my mom claims to be one of the founders of the women's movement and is a stark feminist, she had 5 children, took us everywhere, raised us well, and was always and is still always very proud to be a mother. There was nothing ever wrong with being a mother in her eyes. And I think that the fact that we are at this place and junction in our existence where we deem motherhood as oppression is a really, really result of a deeper sense of uh, brainwashing that we have incurred in our society that is leading to our own personal demise as women specifically. So I just wanted to come on here and say that it is her choice to be a mother or and your choice to not be one if you so see it fit. You're not hurting anyone. She's not hurting anyone or those lovely children that she has, because she seems to be one of the most together emotionally and mentally people that I have seen on social media so far when it comes to this. And I think that she deserves a lot more love and respect for having it all together. And but I this is what we deem now as unnormal and not okay. People are wanting to come up on her channel and tell her how she should be bonding with her child, and she needs to give herself her body time to heal. This woman has had 8 children. I'm pretty sure she's well equipped and understanding as to how much time her body needs to heal. After 8 children, you're supposed to know a little bit more than you did after the first. So I just wanted to make you guys know that, you know, um, I'm all for it. I don't believe that we are in a stage and place in our society where women feel us to do either thing, to be single or to be a mother, or to be single and a mother. We are able to make choices for ourselves because we're free to do so in a democratic society, which is where I think she is in a democratic society. Um, but ironically enough, with the level of judgment and the level of you should do this and you should do that that she's received from mostly women, let me be clear, you will now understand why it is that we are the ones who stand in our own way. And so for me, trad wife, I'm not a trad wife. Okay. I do what I can do, how I can do it, as often as I can do it. And I would consider myself a stay-at-home mom. Why am I not a trad wife? Simply because um, we we can get into that in another video. A lot of people will consider me a trad wife because I do have some very conservative values and ways of thinking. And so I am a little bit biased when I see this kind of thing and I see people attacking this woman for just living her life. Like, no, like let her live her life, you know, and go live yours somewhere else. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.